Hello, welcome back to another Now It's Debatable with myself, Sydney Smith, over here rocking my Now It's Debatable blue tee. Almost forgot I had this one hanging in there. I've been wearing the black one so much for the last 6 weeks. The black ones that I have, I forgot I had this. So let me put a little color on my body. Welcome back to another show. Thank you guys out there who are watching us live right now on Facebook. Thank you folks who might be watching us right now on YouTube. We appreciate those views as well. And we definitely appreciate everybody who rocks with us on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, and all the other podcasting networks out there. So thank you, or platforms, I should say, out there. You guys know your time does not get started till we come on. And man, do we have a show that we are ready and fired up to go. We're going to get into some Keke Palmer talk, and we're going to get into some questionable situations that happened on a major college campus as well. But before we get to all of that, let me go to my brother here who's been riding and dying with me on podcasts now, whether it's this one or Black and White. I swear we've been doing these things, man, for about 8, 9 years, it feels like at this point. It's a long time. Long time.
Not quite that long, but it has been a long time. Any partnership that is of our illustrious level can make the time seem to fly by. I'm happy to be here another Monday with you, my brother. Happy Monday to all of our master debaters. I hope everybody had a good, safe holiday weekend. Hope everybody still got their appendages. Every every
Boom!
July somebody loses a digit. I seen this new challenge where they're putting firecrackers in their mouth and lighting them, and I just, for the life of me, I will never understand why people do dumb things for the internet. But whatever. I'm happy to be here, and yeah, we got a hell of a show for us.
Good show. Before we get into it, a couple of comments are rolling in. Don't forget, you guys are part of the show. That's why we do the show live. We can easily just record this, Dion and myself, as a podcast, but we said it wouldn't be as much fun. So you guys make sure you jump in here, lock in with us, give us those comments, whether you agree or disagree. We want to hear about it. And don't forget to click that share button. I see we got a couple comments. 3N underscore VE underscore Z3 on YouTube says, I can't stay too long, but I'm here. Hi, guys. And it says natural selection. That comment came after your fireworks comment there, Dion. That threw up natural selection. I don't know who the hell 3N underscore VE underscore Z3 is. So if you could give us a name so we could say what's up to you, we would love it. Facebook users with us also says, you are going to see my face more. I'm moving back to Phoenix. Dion, can you tell me who said that? Can you see a name by chance?
That's Chelsea.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Chelsea, I just saw your homegirl. She came out to see me perform over the weekend. So she told me that you might be coming back. So I knew it wouldn't take long. I knew it would not take long. All right. First story here. Again, you guys keep them rolling in. I see fuck the fourth. And then a crying emoji. I'm imagining that's Chelsea too.
No, that's Aaliyah Craig.
Oh, Leah Craig. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry, Leah. Couldn't see your name. I do apologize for that. And Danielle's with us. She says, hey, it's Danielle. Ah, hello, Danielle. All right. Danielle, was that you on YouTube? Chelsea, I appreciate you letting her know to come see me. It was good to see her. And she stopped by and said what's up. So I do appreciate it. All right, let's jump into this show. You guys stay with us. I know the ladies have been waiting to talk about this with us. And I'm going to be honest with you. You guys know me for a few years now. You know I've been waiting for y'all to talk to Dion about this. Dion, I'm going to step back and let you introduce the first topic. Go, my brother from another mother.
So over the weekend, your girl Keke Palmer went to Usher show out in Vegas. I do believe it was in Vegas,
It was
right? Any
Vegas.
any
Yep,
play in
yep,
Vegas?
yep.
Yeah. Um, and she had on a risque outfit, if you will, with her butt cheeks out and a see-through dress with the thong showing the crack. It was very nice. As a appreciative person of nice buttocks and buttocks, if you will. She had a nice little rump roast on her, and she was showing it off for anybody and everybody who was in attendance and those who captured it on cell phone video. Appreciate that. Her boyfriend
I love all the
slash
side
baby daddy.
comments. Just thanks to everybody out there who had the camera
I'm just
phones
saying,
out. Appreciate you.
she got a nice little boo boo right there. Her boyfriend slash baby daddy took to social media and voiced his displeasure over the outfit choice that she wore and how he felt disrespected by her being the mother of his child and dressing the way she dressed. And of course, social media does what social media does, and it went completely viral with people on both sides of the argument going, don't you be policing that woman? And, other people are saying, hey, respect your relationship, yada, yada, yada. And so here we are talking about it. And I can't wait to hear some of the people's comments because my own personal thoughts and opinions on it, I will reserve for just about the end of the conversation.
What? What are you
Yeah, you like
reserving?
that tease.
What
You
are
like
you
that tease,
reserving
don't
it
you?
for?
Yeah, I'm because I want to hear what other people got to say before I let
Look,
y'all hear what I got to say about it.
look, I definitely want to jump into this, and I'll go ahead. I'll be first. Normally, Dion goes first, but on this one, I would jump in first. I just want to make sure I fix something on the screen. Look, again, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and click that share button, and do not be shy with your comments, Danielle and Chelsea, because I know y'all got a lot to say all the time. Look, man, if that was my lady and I was not married to her, that she was pregnant. How old is Darius? Do we know how old that kid is? Well, first thing I want to say was this: when it comes to Hollywood, and this is gonna be fair, not at all, but if you gonna really be out there trying to say things about what your woman should and shouldn't do, when I see your name, my first reaction can't be who. So, because I was like, who is this dude? And it took me a minute to go ahead and pull it up. I thought maybe he was a ball player, maybe he's an actor, but then he's an actor, but he's not on the level of Keke Palmer as far as creds go. So I don't know. I might tell you what I would tell another if I told a female who's in your role. You might want to be quiet and go sit down. The person with the higher platform tends to win these arguments. It's Keke Palmer dating you. It's not Keke Palmer dating Denzel Washington or anything of that nature. The next thing I would say, young fella, you should know who you with. You should know who you got pregnant. You didn't know that she gonna go out and rock stuff like this. And like I know my wife would not go out in the best of times, worst of times, me and with her ass out hanging out. You ain't about to get no pictures of my wife's ass out for two reasons. One, she already knows she's got to come back home. All right, and I'm gonna be here. The other reason is it's just not in her personality, and so you gotta know who you fucking with. So I found it odd, and this is where I want to start. I found it odd that this man would try to tell her in front of the whole world what she should do. And then put the things he put on that he has his morals and his way of thinking. And I don't want to put words in the mouth, but he says something like the head of a family or something like that. Then you need to go get one of them rocks that they take out of the mines of Africa. Some places they might call them blood diamonds, and they put them in the metal, and they sell them at jewelry stores. You might want to go get one of the motherfuckers and get on bended knee and put that, because it doesn't seem like she has whatever respect you feel like you're supposed to have. She don't have it for you, in my opinion.
First things first, she's an entertainer. As entertainers, Sydney, myself, we both know what comes with the territory. When you reach a certain level of entertainment status, the what do I want to call these people? The hangers ons, the groupies, the chuckle fuckers, the whatever name you want to give them, they come out in droves. Okay, so for this man to act like he don't know who Keke Palmer is and how many people want to see them cheeks or want to get in those cheeks, and to act like he wasn't one of those people before they got together. To me, is just the most asinine thing ever. To take your emotions to social media is just it never works out, fellas. It never works out. You can
Never.
go. You look at Tyrese. He was on. Tyrese was on there crying about his situation, and what did he get met with? Ridicule and admonishment. So if you're a man, do not take your problems to social media. They don't care about how you feel, what you think. They're going to find whatever is the opposite stance of what you're saying, and they're going to use it against you. She looked nice. She's a mom now. Who cares? Kim K's a mom, and she was shutting down the internet with a champagne bottle on her booty. So, like, it's 2023. The idea of modesty has gone away with the cell phone camera. Now you can, you know, make an OnlyFans with the snap of a finger. So it's not like we aren't aware of what's going on. Him saying that that's the mother of his kid, like you knew who she was before you got her pregnant, so don't act like she's all of a sudden switched up on you and you didn't know that this was coming. Like, bro, she's been in the Hollywood spotlight since she was like 13.
That
So
at least.
cut the crap, bro. Cut the
Look,
crap.
look, and I'm gonna tell you something. When everything started happening, I said, "What the hell's going on?" Because again, I was like, "Who is this dude?" And I didn't even know she was pregnant, to be honest with you. And so I had to go look to see exactly what all the hubbub was about. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw the picture of her ass cheeks out, I immediately got turned off. Only because I've been looking at Keke. I feel like Keke Palmer is my cousin. Like she's been around forever. It completely blew me away that she even was out there with
Hey,
her ass cheeks out in the first place. And
third third cousin on your on your on your mama's side
she, she
through
the
marriage.
she the cousin you dry hump when you go on summer vacation. you just you remember that one summer the two of you had, and every time you see each other, you grimace at the family barbecue. um, look, man, I'm with you. I don't know why this dude went all emotional and felt like, why does everyone feel like they need to tweet everything all the time? This is a simple phone call or a simple text. You do not, are you, like you said, are you looking to be made fun of? I don't know why Tyrese went on with all of his millions of dollars and went on there crying about child support and so on and so forth. You ain't thought about no broke black dude out here paying child support until they hit your ass with that 600 something
Mm-hmm.
thousand dollars price tag that you had to pay. And he deserved every bit of what he got. And I'm being all with all sincerity. You did not care till it happened. We say that on the show all the time. No one cares until it happens to you. And so they hit you with that tag, and now all of a sudden, people need to come together. We need to march on the court system, and this ain't right, and men are getting, and you got completely blasted because nobody's falling for that shit. And who are you? And who are you? This your first time being with a black woman? You can't tell a black woman what to do in the bedroom half the time if it's just the two of you making sweet love at night. You definitely can't get on these streets and tell her what to wear and not you asking for all of her cousins and her sisters and her friends to get involved in your conversation. And when I say all of them, I'm talking about all the women on social media are now in your business. You get a little more under your belt, and you'll understand you don't want no women up in your business.
I think it's one of those things where, you kind of alluded to it earlier. She's on a higher platform than him, so it makes him come off looking even weaker. So it's one of those things where, like, bro, you were losing from the start because she don't need you, right? So this idea that you get to control her and tell her what she can and can't wear and who she can go see and when she can, like, that whole concept is for a higher status guy than you. When you're with a woman who's better off, wow, clearly they broke up already over this because he thought he had some type of pull or say in her well-being, which he found out sooner rather than later that yo, this was good. This was a long time coming in a short time span. So he kind of saved himself some grief there by taking it to social media. Because I'm telling you, had they stayed together in the long run, and he had these views, and he did talk to her behind closed doors, it wouldn't have gone any different. Who are you talking to? It's one of those things that Jill Scott said it best. If you could tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. And as a man, when you can't tell a woman what to do and you're in a relationship with her, whew, it is the worst. So he should be counting his blessings.
You're drowning. like, you, like you just feel like you having this. You ever sat with a woman when you're young and you don't know, like this dude does not know. You don't have the experience. You're not equipped because women are already ahead of us mentally and emotionally when it comes to relationships. And so if you're not equipped as a young man to sit and have a conversation with these women, you just tend to repeat yourself all the time and you can't understand. Like, I'm pretty sure he told her before, hey, I don't like what you're wearing. And she walked out the house anyway. I don't think it's the first time he ever had something to say about her outfit. And she had to, that's why he probably got desperate. I'm about to tweet this shit because I keep trying to tell her I don't like her leaving the house and this shit, and she ain't listen to me. I've been a young man.
It didn't help that he was watching that Boondocks episode where Usher stole Tom's wife.
Look, you think that's what sent them over Usher serenading
Oh,
Keke?
oh yeah, yeah. That's exactly what he saw. The way Usher was looking at her, that song he was singing,
And Usher knows she pregnant
"Going
already.
No." Yeah, he ain't worried about nothing. He ain't worried about nothing.
Let me get that.
She likes it my way. Let me get on Twitter real quick.
Look,
Hashtag ain't that a bitch?
this girl forgot she got a man at the house cooking her dinner. Let me go ahead and tell her some shit. I'm going to clean the pool.
You know what he did? He said, "Let me take this apron off and go to Twitter."
He and they just breaking all the Usher CDs.
Let me clear my playlist. I don't want to hear this shit.
Look at old Moesha episodes. Just looking at Usher all kind of different, just all kind of pissed off. Go to some comments here. Danielle Marie, and thank you, Danielle. That was Danielle. She let us know she was the one who was on YouTube. She says men
All
need to
right.
stop putting unrealistic and unwanted opinions on women. Well, Danielle, I would say
It's
men
not
need to.
unrealistic.
It's not unrealistic. You just need to know who you
No.
fucking with.
Yeah. If your
So,
man say, "I don't want you to wear that," I mean, he's allowed to say that, and you're allowed to be like, "Go fuck yourself." That's the end of the conversation. Either you take it off or you wear it, and he makes a choice after that. And unfortunately for this guy, the choice was made for him before the concert was over. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the after party with you. Let me check Twitter real quick.
here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this fool jumped in the shower thinking he was going with her. And she was already getting dressed and walked out the door. He in the shower having a full
She said,
blown conversation.
she said, "Where you going? Where you going? What you
I'm,
mean? Where am I going?
I'm going with
I
you.
thought we was going. No, no, I'm going.
You married them to
I'm going."
chickens. Get your ass in that kitchen. Tweeting some shit.
He in there chopping onions. I ain't crying.
Usher done fucked everybody's woman. So you think I would let Tammy get anywhere close to Usher? Hell no. Any event we end up going to, and Usher's going to be there. You stand home.
Hey, I'm. This is how I look at it. You go on over there. Just know you're not coming back this way. Anything we had before you went over there is over with by the time you come back. So if that's what you want, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm gonna let you police yourself, and heaven help you when you come back and I find out some shit that
You
I
know
don't
what?
like.
Let me tell you what. That's good for you, but I'm already married. She ain't about to go and take half my shit. Go be over there with another motherfucker. You stand home, and if you leave, I got that bag of lye, that shovel I bought in the garage. Teo Marie
They gonna get
says,
you on premeditated.
"Hey,
That was premeditated.
bro," I tell all the time. There's sometime I'll do. All right, just some time. Send me some care packages, bro. Put some on books.
I can hear you now. She went to Usher, Yana.
What did you want me to do?
Case dismissed.
There, walking about that motherfucker. Danielle Marie said, unless you feed me, fucking me, or financing me, shut the fuck up. Look at Danielle. First of all, I know you. And I know I've been on this earth enough to know that there's women out there, they don't care if you are feeding them, fucking them, and or financing them. They still want you to shut the fuck up. I'm still about to go out here with my ass out.
He was doing all three. He still got told shut the fuck up. He was in the kitchen chopping onions.
Marinate chicken
She
breasts and shit.
pregnant with his baby. And
He,
you know he had to put some money toward the light bill.
that motherfucker had the grill on. He thought they were staying there for a nice night watching some Netflix. She was stepping out on his ass. Danielle said, did
We
she
got
become
leftover fireworks.
a...
He trying to keep her from going out to see Usher, man. But babe, we got these leftover fireworks. You want to spell our names in sparklers?
these bottle rockets? You know what, these bottle rockets? That
Little
would be
black cats.
that would be the weakest shit. We got these leftover fireworks. Crap. The fourth,
She said,
the fourth
"Boy,
of,
bye. I'm
the
going
fourth,
to Usher."
the 4th of July ain't over. I'm in a different position, married to a different type of lady, and married for that matter. Uh, I'm gonna drop Dion off, and we'll wait for him to come back on. Look, Danielle, I'm with you there. Dion's back. I seem to be having an error here. Sorry, folks. Here, a little technical. All right, there we got him back. Maybe not. Danielle, back to what I was saying. Dion, you there with me? Can you hear me? Let me bring you up on screen. All right, there you go.
You got me?
I got you. So Danielle
Yeah.
says, did she become a mom and then die? Nope, she's still a woman. And I was going to make the point, Danielle, I'm with you, all of that. But you got to know who you with. And this dude obviously didn't know who he was fucking with.
Well, see, I hear women say that all the time. I'm a woman. Well, yeah, you're his woman, and he's your man. Y'all both want specific behaviors from each other, so it's got to be a 50-50. Women all the time like, I don't want you out here cheating. Well, I don't want you out here dressed like a hoe. If you don't want to stop dressing like a hoe, then he ain't gonna be out there stop cheating. So it's given like her because her whole attitude towards this, I understand, but at the same time, like, come on now, come on now.
I'm assuming this is Chelsea, but I'm not sure. Facebook user says, I'm Team Keke. She's an artist,
That's her.
a fashion icon. She's going to show out anywhere she goes, and people dress up for concerts all the time. Her baby daddy was wrong for that. Well, the only thing I agree with you on here is her baby daddy. All right. So, again, if you want to have that type of say so over the mother of your child, over that woman, you got to put a ring on her finger. And most grown women will at least listen to you a little bit more if you're being reasonable. If there's a ring on her finger, you a baby daddy, she ain't got to listen to shit. And obviously, Usher over there serenading her, and she letting that shit happen. So you really don't mean shit.
I mean, I think that's the more damning evidence is that she didn't give two fucks about his opinion one way or the other because she did what she did. If they had the conversation before this about what she wears and what she does and who she goes to see and whatnot, this didn't stop her from going to the Usher concert dressed the way she dressed. So clearly, bro, without the ring, yeah, I'm the type to believe that even if he did put a ring on her, she still told him to go kick rocks because she probably makes more money than him. And at the end of the day, we all know if a woman make more money than you, she not finna listen to a motherfucking thing you
Well,
say.
well, that's not true. That's I think goes back to the conversation and the type of woman you with. So I would go back and say, hopefully, if he was putting a ring on her finger, they would have adult conversations before that happened, so he would understand who he was with and what he was dealing with. And so he would, if he don't know now, he know then. She ain't gonna give a fuck. She ain't listen to you.
That might work in regular jobs, but in the entertainment industry, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
You don't think so?
If the woman makes more money in the entertainment industry, she ain't listening to you, bro. She thinking about her career. She ain't thinking about no family with you. She ain't thinking about your feelings. She don't give a fuck. Her whole image is wrapped up. I mean, look at Kim K. She try to be mom of the year. You can't scrub the internet from what we saw. You're not finna change nobody's mind just because you got kids now. Like,
They
what do you?
they all need a counseling
Stop.
session. They
Cut the
all need a little
crap.
family counseling. Ricky McLean says, "Who do you know that knows who Keke Palmer is?" What do you mean by that, Rick? Are you asking, do we know someone who knows her personally, or are you asking some other type of question? Danielle Marie says that's called insecure, and that's a him problem, not a her problem. He should fix himself. And Danielle, I would
Oh,
say,
stop with the stop
go ahead,
that.
go ahead, yeah, go ahead. You take it.
It's insecure. Stop. It's the same thing when women be checking men's phones and who's in your DMs. Oh, you just being like, how is it okay to be insecure over here as a man? Because you don't want your girl dressed like that. But then women turn around and be the same insecurity, but don't have no problem checking a man's DMs, going through his phone, it's the same thing.
Well,
You have your boundary. He has his boundary. She crossed it and she gone. There's nothing wrong. I don't like the idea that people say he's wrong for voicing his opinion on what he wants his girl to wear. His mistake was is knowing that she wasn't his girl.
and
That
doing it
that
on
was that
Twitter.
was his problem. Yeah, that was his problem.
But
He
this
can
is
have the opinion that she shouldn't dress like that for whatever reason he comes up with. If that's what his boundary is, that's what his boundary is. Same thing with your boy Jonah Hill. People giving him grief for the text messages he sent to his surfer ex girlfriend. Hey, I don't want you surfing with dudes and putting pictures of yourself in a bathing suit. If you gonna be with me, and she was like, guess I'm not gonna be with you. And he's like, okay. There's nothing wrong with having a boundary. I don't like X, Y, and Z. If you do X, Y, and Z, you're not gonna be with me. That should be okay.
I
It
would have
shouldn't be
sur-
insecure.
I would have surfed a chick, but I don't want you out here with no pictures with no bathing suits.
Apparently it would cause issues in the relationship. And if it causes issues in the relationship, you got to be willing to mitigate that quote unquote insecurity. It's like, yo, if you done backslid before at the strip club, and then I tell you, hey, maybe you shouldn't go to strip clubs anymore. You can't turn around to me and say, why are you trying to control me? You know, I love strip clubs. I'm like, yeah, because every time you go over there, you do something that jeopardizes our relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know Jonah Hill's relationship with that girl. So if there was something, some type of infidelity, somehow that linked up with her wearing bathing suits, I guess. Then yeah, I can see
I mean,
that.
it's part of her uniform. I don't
Well,
know. That
that's
part was
that's what
dumb
I'm
to me. It
saying.
was
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
it's like that's another thing that I don't like about guys. It's like you like her for the same reason all the other thirsty dudes like you can't be mad at her for that part. You
Well,
know,
it's
if
just
you
like the
get with
dudes.
her, you should know what you're getting into.
Well, it's just like the dudes who used to get with strippers back in the day, and they're like, I don't like you
Yeah.
stripping, motherfucker. You that's where you met her. Dude, what are you talking about? You know what she
It's
did? She didn't
yeah.
show up dressed like a librarian.
There's an incredible song called Don't Save Her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save like put the song on, fellas.
Back to Danielle's comment. That's called insecure, and that's a him problem, not a her problem. He should fix himself. Danielle, I disagree with you on this one because I would say that's a them problem on both sides. He obviously didn't know what he was messing with, and I'm assuming she didn't know what she was messing with because, and now they out here pregnant together and having a child. So if it is insecurity, and I'm with Dion, you guys always want to go to the insecurity stuff whenever it's some shit we don't want you to do. All of a sudden we're insecure. I wouldn't say it's an insecurity problem. I would just say this is a problem where they should have sat down and really talked about some things and knew each
Let
other
me
maybe
let
a
me
little better.
ask you this.
Yeah.
If you had a Lamborghini and you knew a bunch of people wanted that car, would you leave it unlocked in public? No, you would not.
No, man.
Would people call you insecure if you didn't lock your doors? Like, why are you locking your doors? Are you insecure about your Lamborghini? No, what are you talking about? It's common sense to be like, hey, babe, people want you. Don't wear that, please. And if she goes, nah, I'm gonna wear it, you should know right then and there, it's never gonna work out, buddy. You
You
got
know
the
what?
wrong one.
So let me get serious. So with the whole clothing thing, I have never been someone who has ever cared. Like I've dated women who've we went out to clubs or whatever, and they've worn something that was sheer. That's never been a thing for me. I've never cared about that because if you're with an attractive woman, then you're with an attractive woman. To your analogy, if you're gonna have a fucking Lamborghini, you're just gonna leave it in the garage with the fucking cover on top of it, with for the whole time you have it, or you want to take this thing out and let people go
Unless
and see
I'm
through it.
driving it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's all stupid. It's all just a lack of immaturity, especially on his part. I don't want to say what I really want to say, but bro, you just can't go to Twitter.
It's I I'm reading some of these comments, and I'm the women in here. Y'all making me laugh.
Read something. Read something you're seeing.
Well, before we get to that, Sean Jones says Patricia O'Neill said it best. The men guys don't watch to sex with you. It's the moment I what?
The minute
Okay, I
guys
can't
don't
read that.
want to have sex with you is the moment I leave you. Okay, so I get it.
Oh,
So
okay. So, yeah,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
the way. Type
And,
right, y'all, please. God damn,
hey man, and Patrice's
Sean,
ex
you my boy, but you know better.
and Patrice's ex is fine.
It comes with the territory. If you are a person of means and status, you're gonna have on both sides. Women get the most attractive dudes to, holler at them in their DMs, and if you're a successful, attractive man, women are gonna. You don't even gotta have any money. Like they will come, you be broke, and they be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And so it's one of those things where like you gotta know that going in. So this insecurity term that we keep using is like it's it's commonplace. You're never if you ever get to that level, you will understand why people are like, "Yo, I don't want you out here." I know when I met you, you was doing that, but you with me now, and it's like, "Yo, you not. I'm gonna need you to, chill out on that." It would be the same thing, like if you're a daredevil and then you get pregnant and you have a kid. It's like you're a mom now. You can't be out here daredeviling all the time. You can't be out here doing that.
I just, I just pictured my man in the living room of the house. Hey man, I said you can't go out there. I swear to God, you better not go out the house wearing that. I swear the door closes. He's yelling. I said I don't want you. He's out in the driveway. Finally, he's got nothing left but to get on Twitter and start talking shit.
But this is the best part. He goes back in the house and the smoke detector starts chirping. He got to change the battery.
Fucking food is burning. Danielle says, even if they're married, she can still be herself. No ring will ever be worth losing myself ever again. But Danielle, that's what I'm talking about. You have these discussions. No one needs to lose themselves. I am who I am. Dion has been in my house several times, been around me and my wife. I am who I am. Tamara is who she is. That's what I'm talking about. Have the real life discussions before you go out here getting people pregnant and creating families and getting married. And that's what I'm talking about. Neither one. He should have been. I can tell you he's young because he never asked the right follow up questions. I tell all young guys who end up in bullshit relationships, you ask the right initial questions. You didn't ask the right follow up questions, and that's probably part of his problem. But no one should have to lose themselves if with a ring or without a ring. So I'm not saying she should not wear it. I'm saying put a ring on her fucking finger before you start talking about head of household and I'm the man of my home and you can't say none of that shit without a ring on her finger. That's one level of it. That's one step of it. You still got to have the conversation. Tamara and I have our conversations. But I put a ring on her finger so I can say, look, I'm the head of my fucking household. I'm the man of my house, so on and so forth. Does that mean I dominate her? Not at all. I still have to leave that room for her to be herself.
There's no difference between being married and not being married when it comes to if I don't want you wearing that, I don't want you. It doesn't have nothing to do with you being my wife. Because if you're uncomfortable with something, the relationship status isn't going to matter. That's my argument. If that's your boundary, if I don't want my girl looking like a hoe when I'm not around. If she ain't with me, dressed like that, I don't want her wearing that without me. If that's how he feels, he has every right to feel that way.
Absolutely.
His problem is she doesn't care about that. And
Conversation.
when it comes to the relationship, that's you can't change that. There's no conversation he can have with her to get her to understand that I'm not comfortable with that. To where she's gonna hear it and go, "Oh, I see your point. I can do that for you, Daddy." No, she ain't gonna do that. She ain't gonna do that. The second you tell her, "Hey, take that off," and she goes, That's the end of it.
Right.
It's literally over right then and there. If you can't have a conversation with your significant, if let's flip it to the man's side. If she says, "Hand me your phone," and you go, "What you want my phone for?" Don't even work. There's nothing to talk about after that. If he ain't willing to hand over his phone, you don't want to know what's in there.
No, I don't think
Security or
that.
no insecurity.
I don't think that's true. For me, because I'm gonna tell you why I don't think it's true. For me, I don't go into Tamara's phone. I don't go into her purse. I don't go into anything. I don't care if you've been together for 50 years. I think everyone deserves a certain level of privacy. And when it
I'm
comes,
not saying
go ahead.
I'm not saying you can't have privacy. I'm saying if they ask you and it becomes a problem, it's over. That's what I'm not saying you should absolutely go into their phone. I'm saying if that is where their boundary is, they go, "Hey, can I see your phone?" and you have a problem with them just asking the question, don't even no,
What,
it's
what,
over.
but
Y'all
the,
not gonna mesh.
No, right, right. You're not going to mesh if you think this is something you should be able to do, and he or she does not think this is something you'll be able to do. So I agree with you. That's why, excuse me, that's why these conversations are important. So yeah, you're right. I agree with you. My boy Eric from high school from Capex back with us. What's up, E? Appreciate you jumping back in. I assume you're still with us. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. He says, Keke who? You know who Keke Palmer is. I know you've seen her at least in one movie. What's that movie with the bees and Queen Latifah's in it?
The bees.
Yeah, they got the beehive, like they make honey or some shit. She's in that movie when she. Oh no, that I'm sorry, that's Dakota Fanning.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You know what?
How you get Keke Palmer and Dakota Fanning confused?
You know because Keke Palmer actually did a spelling. Did she do a spelling bee movie or something like that? Like she was in a spelling bee.
I don't know her
I don't.
filmography. I'm not even a huge fan of her. Like I've seen her a bunch
Wow,
lately because she
Keke.
keeps going on all these talk shows and Breakfast Club and podcasts, and
Yeah,
she's just talking.
she's everywhere. Keke, but you heard what Dion said, so he only likes your cheeks. I love you too, bro.
And I have no problem admitting that.
Facebook user says that cousin comment was oddly specific. Let me tell you something. It was not. It was a joke. We tell jokes for a living and we do it off the cuff. How dare you? Who said that? Was
That
that Chelsea?
no, that was Michelle Douglas.
How dare you, Michelle Douglas? I hate that I tagged you to the show, to that advertisement. Facebook user says that's the type of toxic language some people use when their significant others try to diminish them and manipulate them.
That's Roxy.
Okay, what language? She's talking about something we said or something that was said by someone else. Yeah, you know, right
Could
off.
you could no, she doesn't elaborate. So if you're still here, Roxy, elaborate, please.
And he deactivated his social, so he knows he was wrong. Well, I don't know if that means
That
he
was
was wrong.
Aaliyah.
Okay, Aaliyah, I don't know if he did it because he was wrong. He was getting kicked in the head a lot. So sometimes you curl up in that fetal position and cover up. Yeah.
It's one of those things where if you can't delete your social medias. Like that just makes it worse. You just got to stand in the fire, man. I know I just said let it burn, but you got to let it burn, bro. You got to let it burn.
Why you keep turning that usher knife on my man? Why you keep turning that usher knife?
It was just so perfect. Like,
You
yo,
think,
bro, you got to let it burn. You got it bad.
hey, what if
He at home talking about you don't got to call.
what you think Kiki's playing confessions all the time at the house now?
Put that on everything. You know he's on his phone with his boy when Twitter started kicking off. He's like, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you back.
This dude is so weak. It's so weak. Back when we was coming up, if your feelings was hurt or your girl was doing it, you just fucking sucked that shit up, called your boy, had some drinks, or played some fucking Sega or some Nintendo or some PlayStation. You ain't out here tweeting about it and shit like you wear a bra. Come on, man. They so weak. So
Yeah,
weak.
I have no idea what he was thinking. You know, there's what's funny is the contingent of people who are supporting him. Yeah, man, speak that shit. Tell your girl she can't do the. I'm like, Listen, if you have to have that conversation with the person you're seeing, it's already over for you. Like if they don't know that you're not cool with them rocking that, it's too late.
And who are you with? You made a good point at the top. She's Keke Palmer. She's in Hollywood. She's whatever. There's gonna be things. I don't even really make it, though I find it funny. I don't even really make that big of a deal about Usher singing to her. I don't know their relationship. Maybe they're friends. Maybe he invited her, whatever. But whatever it is, her number one job for her and her publicist is to make sure she's on the front page or whatever as often as fucking possible. This is what you
Yeah, I mean,
this is what you pregnated yourself into, sir.
it's yeah. Like if you can't compete with Usher, don't get mad when Usher show up. You know what I mean? You just gotta take that L, bro.
This
That's
is
what
my
it is.
confession.
You better, you know what I mean? Unless you try to run backup, unless you try to run backup, you should have been at that concert with her. You saw what Kyle Kuzma did when Usher started singing his. She sat on his lap. Don't play that shit over here, Usher. We don't play that shit over here. He went to the concert with her, and that was his mistake. He was making risotto instead of being in front row.
He wasn't invited. He wasn't invited. They weren't enough tickets. I sure only had one VIP ticket he could give away. So, I take you, babe, otherwise. Danielle says, I used to tell baby daddy, oh, it's so adorable that you think you can get an opinion about what I'm doing. Maybe that's why I'm not married anymore. Well, Danielle, yeah. So I think sometimes people don't mesh to begin with, and then other people just grow apart.
There's a difference between abuse and boundary, right? There's a difference like you can't wear that because I fucking said so, and it's versus you can't wear that because it paints us in a bad light. It opens you up to demons that you don't need to be battling. Like if you've got a history of dealing with those types of things, and I came and rescued you from that, but then you try to go back into that world. It's like I done invested all this time and energy in trying to save you, and then you gonna go like you disrespected me by going back out there doing the things you used to do before we cleaned all that up. We had that conversation. That's different than just being like, yo, I don't want you wearing that because I said so. And that's the end of the conversation where she doesn't get to speak her piece. You don't get to hear her point of view. That type of shit, I'm not okay with. But if a man is like, yo, I don't want you wearing that because I know what it leads to. And when I was getting with you and you was wearing it, like I seen the things like we've had issues in the past, whatever, that's completely different.
Completely
So
different. Completely different. Facebook user here, I don't know who this is, but they got a lot of laughing, crying to laughing emojis. I don't know who the hell that is. They're probably
that was
laughing.
Chelsea.
Okay, Chelsea. And then Facebook user says, hi, guys. Let's see here.
That's Mary Ballard.
What up, Mary? Danielle says, I love that Danielle is fully invested in this conversation. She is
I knew
fully
she would
invested.
be.
Dressing provocatively and him cheating are two vastly different things. Absolutely agree with you, but we still come back to the same thing. It can be the same thing to some people in their minds. To me, to you, it's two different things. But I don't know what's going on up in that relationship with him and Kiki.
You saw how she hugged him.
Talia Jones says LOL. So
I'm just saying, you saw how she hugged him. That's fucking Usher. What you mean? You think if her and Usher was alone in the room and he started singing and they had a little drink, she wouldn't be like, let me see what Usher talking about.
yeah,
Come on, y'all.
because
Come on, y'all.
she would think the same thing he thinking. I'm already pregnant. So
And let's flip the tables. If her dude was with some other famous chick and they was yucking it up and he was all touchy feely, you telling me she wouldn't feel some type of way about that? Like, hello, you got a girlfriend over here. What are you doing all buddy buddy with this chick? Like, come on, y'all. Let's be like, just keep it 100 on both sides of the street, please.
I just think it still comes down to being an adult, handling things like an adult. I don't think he did it in the least. I can't say on her end. I tell you what, I did see an article where she started up some damn clothing line based off of it. So she's already figuring out a way to monetize off his tears.
Which tells you all you need to know about their relationship. She really never gave a damn about that dude.
Daniel says he can have a boundary, but she can also disregard it. Then it's up to him to decide whether to stay or go. Absolutely agree with that. Should have did that before he got her pregnant, though. Say that's not a boundary, that's control. Tomato,
That was
tomato.
Aaliyah.
I say it depends on how you look at it. And it depends on who you and who's defining the line, I guess. I don't see it as control. My wife has certain boundaries when it comes to certain things after I'm done performing and how women behave and so on and so forth. I don't see it as control. I see that she has her boundaries. And it's up to me to make sure that people adhere to them. I don't see that as control.
Right. It's just respect for your partner. That's all it is. At the end of the day, what she did in his eyes, and his eyes are the only one that matter in their relationship. In his eyes, what she did was disrespectful. And when he told her that via Twitter, she looked at him and said, "I don't give a fuck." And therein lies the problem. She don't give a fuck about his his respect and his feelings, and that's why
That's
he's at home.
That's why I think it's so funny because there's nothing worse than fucking shouting, "Woman, you better!" And she turned around and her voice is just as deep as yours. When she comes back, and you do this in front of everybody, the whole world. You better. And she tell you shut the fuck up, and then you shut the fuck up. It's the weirdest shit.
He ain't had no choice.
He
I
asked for
mean,
it.
she's Keke Palmer. You're Dustin or whatever his name is.
Duran. I don't know what's his name. I had written it down here just so I wouldn't forget it. Darius.
And you're Darius.
And
Darius from who knows what
look,
you've done.
you know how little respect I have for him? When I wrote the notes, I put Keke Palmer and Darius Palmer. So I not even I didn't
Got her
realize
last
it.
name.
I didn't realize it. Facebook user says yes, 100%. Sir, Dion, can you tell me who that is? Can you see that name?
100% was Roxy.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Eric says, "What up, Swamba?" I thought John Swamba might have been in here. I was about to say, John's in here. All right. Oli's in. Oli says he also called her out on social media of all places. Even if he didn't like it, he could have said something in private. 100% Oli. I absolutely agree with you 100%. That's how we should have handled it. If you're going to be disrespected, don't let the world see it. Don't let the world
which
see
is
it.
which is funny because Jonah Hill situation, she leaked those, so she took it to Twitter and Instagram or whatever, and he's got to play damage control. Like, whereas this, what's his name, Darius, he's not even the most famous Darius. Every time you say Darius, I'm thinking, oh, I want to be with you.
You.
I don't want
Darius
you to go
Rucker.
to that concert without me.
Wait. He should have been able to sing like Darius Rucker. She might have stayed home. She's out there walking around with that thong
Nothing I
on.
can do.
We are so beyond what women can and can't wear in public. So let's be serious about this for 1 second. The whole thing, he doesn't want her out there because she's pregnant, the mother of his child. We're beyond that. I mean, if you look at where we are with Lizzo and what she does and what she wears or doesn't wear, when you look at the commercials for underwear now, for women's underwear and garments and so on and so forth, there are different size women shape models all over your television now, all over. And I, for one, knew that we were on the other side of this hill when I was sitting with my wife just trying to watch television and have some snacks, and a commercial came on and said, "Fellas, do you ever have a problem getting hard?" And I was like, "What? You're not even gonna be decent enough to say erect? Now we've just jumped from erect to fucking hard at 2 in the afternoon. This is what we're doing." So I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why he thought shit would be different. We're on the other side of this, man. We're on the other side. He needs to catch up.
Yeah, look, again, it's not about policing what they wear. It's about the respect they have for you. And he found out in real time via Twitter that she don't have no respect for you, bro.
That's it, man. You like if she let
It's
you see
it,
that baby.
it's worse because you got Usher involved.
That's like that's like your
U.S.
favorite part.
HERRAYMOND. It's 7 o'clock. It's like, yo, you killing me, bro.
Like,
He got to
like
throw all that out.
look, you know what? You make a good point. And ladies, you let me know if you disagree or agree with me. Danielle, I know will definitely do it. Agree with, or she'll let me know. If your lady was stepping out dressed like that to go see Flavor Flav, then maybe you might have something to say because there's not a lot of chance anything's gonna happen. She's going to see Usher Raymond. All right, Usher Raymond. This is
In
what
Las Vegas.
in Vegas.
It's
This
not like
is
he in Cleveland.
right, and you probably got a guest key to the house. Like you don't even have the real code to the security alarm. She'll put a guest code in for you on the keypad, and you tripping. Nah, you got to choose your battles, homeboy.
The second she went to that concert by herself, wearing what she was wearing, the L had already been attained, and he just had to find out via Twitter live that yo, bro, you're not gonna win this.
You got, you got to do what Robin Thicke did when the rumors started to go around that his wife was leaving him for Denzel Washington. That motherfucker he went and crawled in a bottle somewhere because he knew it was over. I
Yeah,
got
she.
no shot.
What's her name? Paula.
Paula, yeah.
Paula. What was it?
I, Paula is
Paula
fine.
Patton.
Yeah,
Paula
Paula
Patton.
Patton. I used to call her Paula is fine. So
Lost without you.
you should,
He ain't heard from Robin Thicke since.
dude, he was like, that was it. That was a wrap. What am I supposed to Denzel? What you supposed to do about that?
There's nothing you can do about that.
Pick your
That's why you
battles.
gotta trust your girl to be like, I'm gonna respect my dude and bring him with me. Even if you just standing in the back holding the purse, at least you in there. Then that way you can be like, ah.
What's the brother from Barbershop? The dude who was the thug who got arrested, and Ice Cube had to bail him out. He's been in some other movies since, obviously.
Michael Ealy, the
Yes,
light skinned dude.
Michael Ealy. So this is before we fucking married. I don't know if I told this story or not. So this is before we fucking married, and we're sitting on the couch. This is before we're sitting on the couch, and this movie, one of Michael Ealy movies, come on, and he shows up on the screen, and I'm sitting on the couch next to Tamara, and Tamara goes, and I said, she, she says, what? I said, did you say, To this day, Tamara will say she did not say. And I'm telling you that story to tell you, she ain't going nowhere where Michael is. Nowhere. I called my mother the next day just to joke. I said, Tamara, Michael Ealy came up, and Tamara said, My mother said, what? My mother, I thought I was like, my mother's gonna get upset. She said, you tell her to stay away from my man. And I said, what? so, so everybody's got their person. Bro, your woman just went with her ass cheeks out. Let Usher sing to her.
It's Usher, man. What can you do? You can't do nothing about it. Nothing.
Facebook you just said she's definitely playing my way. So,
That was Sean.
I'm assuming this is Roxy saying I was referring to the original comment that he posted on Twitter.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Roxy. Appreciate it. All right. Let me see here. This is a good conversation. Thank you, guys. You guys got a lot of comments. I want to make sure we touch on as many as we can before we get to our next topic, which we're going to jump to here in a second. So stay with us.
I got one here.
Yes, you got.
Dana says, in the video, she hugs Usher and is all over him. If she is in a relationship and her person isn't okay with that, then the interaction seemed inappropriate. No need for him to make it about her fucking outfit, trying to shame her because she's a mom. Motherfuck you. Boy, bye. She definitely should have left him.
Who said this?
Dana.
Data. I love that because you cut through all the bullshit. Um, he was, yeah, she should have went straight to that. But this goes back to what you were saying, Dion. She don't give a fuck. I'll hug whoever I want to hug.
I mean, at the end of the day, you gonna tell your girl not to hug Usher? Good luck with that, buddy. Usher didn't take all the time he done spent on his career to make himself Usher for you to tell your girl don't hug him and she go, okay. That's like asking a woman not to pass out at a Michael Jackson concert. Now, when he get on stage, your ass best stay conscious. Come on, bro. What are you doing?
Like I
What are
said,
you doing?
conversations. That's how I know. I stayed with my wife long enough to know before we got married. She got crazy eyes for old Michael Ealy.
Like I said, he's an entertainer, bro. Like there are certain people that you just gotta let it slide. You just gotta take the L. You just like, yo, He's a famous guy, and it would be no different if he was hanging out with Jennifer Lopez or Beyonce or somebody like that, and he got access to him in the same way she had access to Usher. He ain't gonna be thinking about, well, my girl don't want me saying how to be and put my arm around her and yucking in her. Like, come on, y'all.
Yeah. Danielle says, "Do you think she would have reacted differently if he had a private convo with her? Do you think she has to save face because she went so public?" Uh,
No. Short answer. No. She's
I
Keke fucking Palmer, and you're Darius
Palmer.
the second. Like, like, no,
I I
it
think
wouldn't.
she.
It wouldn't have went any different.
I think he boxed. Well, I think it went a little different because he boxed her into a corner with the Twitter shit. So I think, yeah, she.
No, I'm saying her response to him would have been the same whether he said it in private or in public. She'd have told him, "Boy, I'm going to this Usher concert at the house," and she the same way she told him by on social media by making the clothing line out of the dress that she wore to the Usher concert. Her mind has already been made up. You can't challenge her. The mere thought of him bringing it up to her has already got her like, who is you talking to? So no, it wouldn't have went any different. The only difference is because he went public, we all get to see in real time her go hit her with the Nelson from The Simpsons. like, ain't nobody think about you, boy.
I'm thinking they don't live together because he reacted like he didn't know what she was wearing. What the fuck is she wearing? Oli says it's got everything to do with the lack of respect for your partner. I think we all agree with that, Oli. On both, possibly on both sides. Definitely on his side, I would say. As a man, if that was my little brother or my friend, I'd smack him in the back of his head first, and like, bro, you can't do that. You just embarrass yourself in front of the whole world for no reason. Danielle
Yeah.
Marie says, facts, Dion. He wanted to complain publicly. She had to hurt his feelings publicly. Well, Danielle, I am one who lives that life, so I agree with you there. Show your ass. I got something for you.
She didn't have to, but again, this is my entire point of this entire situation is she does not have any respect for that man's feelings or opinions. He cannot tell her what to do, therefore she don't have to care about how he feels and what he thinks. And him finding that dynamic out in real time on Twitter is hilarious
I
because,
love it.
bro, you should have known better. You're Darius Palmer, according to multiple sources. So it's like, what are you? Why are you doing that to yourself?
Source one and two. Facebook user says, wasn't there a rumor a few years back that Flav is great in bed? First, I don't know. Who asked that question? That Chelsea.
No, that's Mary Ballard.
Mary, I don't know. Mary, where you get that from? I think I would cite your sources, Mary. Yeah, but
so I just went to Twitter and I'm watching the video of Usher singing to her, and she's showing him the booty, and she putting on for the camera. She know what she doing.
yes.
So he got every right to be mad. But that tells you all you need to know, bro. You should have been mad quietly. You don't go mad publicly. If she knows that y'all together, she pregnant by you, and she had the Usher concert alone, dressed the way she dressed. The L was this. I guess that's my biggest issue with this whole situation is him not knowing he already took the L. Like, bro, like you already took the L, bro. She's there. She's turned without you with her cheeks out. She not thinking about how you feel, what you think.
She showed them some.
She's waiting for that song. Baby, how you doing? Hope that you're fine. Want to know what you got in mind tonight?
I don't want to even say what went through her mind. I've never seen Kiki wear anything like that before.
Oh,
I've
I
never
have.
seen. You've seen her in pictures with her ass out like that before?
That's her twerking right there.
Oh Jesus! Is
So
that
yeah,
her twerking where? Where's she at there?
I don't even know. It's on
Well,
Twitter.
he should.
Yeah,
The,
I'm just saying. He should have known. He should have known what he was getting
you
into.
sound like somebody's old drunk uncle. Like, boy, I don't know.
Yeah.
He brought it to the barbecue.
He, what Richard Pryor say? Why you kill everybody in the house? They was home. Like,
Usher, Usher had that same video playing when she walked in. When we
uh-huh.
started singing that song.
Let me ask you: are you gonna trust your girl around Usher? Herpes or not?
Sure, I trust her. So yeah, Michael Ealy, hell no. I told you where I draw the line.
I'm just saying, if Tamara got dressed up like that to go see Michael Ealy, you wouldn't be like, "Yo, go have fun." No, no, you would not. So why y'all mad at him for being like, "Hey,
I be doing
change
this.
your motherfucking
I be
clothes"?
doing this podcast from a sale.
Broadcasting live from Phoenix State Correctional Facility.
Y'all let me out, and I'll let you know where Michael Ealy's buried.
It's now that's detainable.
I still own the IP. Look, Danielle Marie says maybe Usher is her hall pass. Do celebrities get hall passes? I don't know. Maybe. Blue Lotus says she posted a video singing Usher lyrics. Well, that's all he needed to know. That's why they're not together
Yeah,
now. And then Daniel
go
says, I thought
ahead.
that too, Sid. Where did that old man voice come from? Talking about you. Like, I don't know.
Hey, I'm just
Oh, no.
you got to keep it convivial around here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Someone said, if you close your eyes, Usher is hot as AF. Other than that, no.
That's Dana.
So Dana is the first woman I've ever heard. She does not find Usher attractive. I've never heard a woman say that. Not to say that there's not women out there. I just never heard it till now.
It's Usher, man. Like he's got a catalog. You can't. You got to be at that concert, bro.
He
You
got
got.
a
You think
catalog.
Kyle Kuzma wanted to hear Usher? You think Kyle Kuzma wanted to go to the Usher concert? No,
The problem is, who's Kyle Kuzma dating?
I don't know. Some girl.
Exactly. That's right. Kyle Kuzma had to buy them tickets. Kiki didn't need Darius Palmer to buy the tickets. Darius, Darius out there trying to buy some scalp tickets up in the nosebleed while Kiki's down front. He up there with binoculars trying to see what the hell's going on down there. He
I
tweeting from
know
up
that ain't
top.
my girl in a dress.
Tweeting up top. Wave your ass out. Yes, okay. She said Usher's not attractive. He's okay, but not worth the hall pass. Kuzma is saying or seeing Winnie Harlow. She's a model. Okay. See, this is why I love our master debaters. You guys keep us up on what's going on right in the middle of the conversation. Thank you guys. Love you guys for that. As someone says again, Usher is not worth the hall pass.
That was Mary saying he wasn't worth the hall pass.
This is the same Mary who several comments back said, wasn't there a rumor that Flavor Flav was good in bed? So
An ugly broke clock is right twice a day, I guess.
he got a lot of kids. He got a lot of kids. So that might be it, Barry. All right, let's jump to our next story before we get out of here. I want to talk to you folks about it, so we would love for you guys to hang around for a couple more minutes with us. Pat Fitzgerald fired by Northwestern University for hazing. And Dion and I were talking about it a little bit before. Weird shit. I just want to run down a couple of different things I found in a news article here. Some of the things that were happening. We're talking about sexual assault slash coerced sexual acts. Players reported to the school in November 2022. So the school was aware of this November of last year. Before Friday is when they, let me go back here. Friday is when they suspended him without pay for 2 weeks. Then today they came back and they fired him. But this had been talked about as early as November of last year, 2022, and I know the school had hired some investigators to look into it and put a report together. So players reported to the school in November 2022. They had a excuse me. They had a thing that they did that they called running, where 8 to 10 upperclassmen would wear purge masks, and then they would dry hump freshmen in a dark locker room. Another thing here, there were signals that they would use on the practice field or on the football field on what freshmen this was going to happen to. And it happened to you if you made mistakes. Reported Fitzgerald, the head coach, was also in on it because he would clap and make the signal to above freshman players' heads if they made a mistake. And so now one of the things they've come down to what they're going to have is a monitor in the locker room to make sure there's none of these shenanigans are happening going forward. Here's another thing that they had: a naked center and quarterback exchange. So for the freshman quarterback, freshman center, if you know anything about football, the quarterback exchange, quarterback hand goes under the ass of the center, and they were making them do this naked. And then another thing they had was the Gatorade Shake Challenge, where they had to drink as many Gatorade shakes as they could within a 10-minute time frame. And according to the students who were reporting on this, they never saw it happen without someone throwing up. So
Well,
those are
yeah,
some of the things that are reported. I'm sorry, Dion, go ahead.
I was to say Gatorade shake sounds disgusting, but
Absolutely.
as someone who participated in team sports in high school, I, for the life of me, cannot understand how doing any of this builds camaraderie. Whether it's upperclassmen doing it to lowerclassmen or same classmen doing it to like to me, the whole idea of giving my teammate a rough time to make them like me is just it's dumb. It makes no sense. And then to do all the borderline gay stuff, like just to me, is like, what is the point of having a freshman quarterback and center naked exchange? What is the point of that? I other than to humiliate the people who are participating in it. You would never do that outside of any other type of situation other than being hazed. I, I, I can't wrap my head around people who would think that, yeah, if I make you eat a tube of toothpaste, you're going to be my brother when it comes time to catch a third down pass. Like it makes no sense. It has nothing to do with what we're trying to accomplish. It's just a bunch of kids being dumb. And the fact that the coach knew about it and was allowing these signals to happen and participating in it, and they're just now firing him is to me is just absolutely egregious because we all know in college sports the head coach is basically God. He's daddy. He
Especially college football.
yeah, he whatever the head coach says is okay. Whatever he says is not okay. It's not a committee. It's not maybe my position coach. I can talk to him about. It's like no. If the head coach says it's this, then it's that. And if you don't like it, you're in the transfer portal or your scholarship is gone. Lickety split.
I'm with you. I don't, and I grew up during the time of hazing. I've been hazed. We didn't even call it hazing. We call it teasing. We call it. There's a lot of other words that people call it before they. I think everyone ever got to hazing. But I would say in this climate of 2023, what are you doing? And how do you think you're not going to get caught doing this? Whether it be because there's a player who's disgruntled, who's going to go to whomever and tell them that this is happening, whether it be one of these kids kills himself, because there was also discussion that some of these kids, some players believed that the hazing was harmless, others viewed it as causing significant harm with long-term consequences. End of quote. So whether it was that or someone hurts themselves, because what you're doing is you're taking in these kids, and the thing that makes it worse, in a lot of these cases, you hear coaches quoted as saying this: "I'm going to take care of your son. I'm going to treat your son like I'm going to treat my son. I'm going to make sure he becomes an upstanding human being and a grown man." And all this. How are you caring for someone's child? You wouldn't let someone else do this to your kid. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, unless you're an absolute sociopath, you would not let a group of men dry hump your son, your 18-year-old son, in a locker room in the dark. Where
With
do
a
you even
purge
get
mask.
with a purge mask on? Where do you even get the idea from? Because you made a mistake on the practice field or in the game? There's other things to do. What happened to making someone run laps or run suicides? What happened? What happened to that not being? If Coach Huss had told us or told me, Sydney, you made a mistake, you missed that layup. What's going to have to happen is you have to go in this locker room with all lights off, and they're going to dry hump you. That's what's going to happen. The fuck they are. And here's my other question: why aren't these young men stepping up and saying, what the hell's going on right here? You better get the hell away from me." There should be fights in that locker room after every practice.
But see, I think that's one of the things where you get into a situation where you're just trying to fit in with the group. You don't want to rock the boat, so to speak, and so it becomes a situation: do I stand up for myself, or do I just pass it off as simple teasing and hazing, and kids being kids? To me, the moment it goes from teasing and hazing to sexual, like, what is the sexual stuff like? I'm with you. The purge mask and the humping and the, like, what does that have to do with any type of camaraderie building? Or like hazing is putting popcorn in somebody's car, or that type of stuff. This stuff is on a whole different level, and for the coach to be aware of it, you know it, I, whether it's 2023 or 1923, I just, to me, it makes no sense why you would allow any of this type of behavior. You talked about, coaches wanting to talk to parents, "Oh, I'm going to take care of your son." Well, to me, you asked him, "Would you let this happen to your son?" Well, yeah, I think he would, because he's letting it happen to other people's kids under his care and his watch. So
I don't think he
if
would.
it,
I don't think he
I,
would.
I wouldn't be shocked if he was the type of parent to be like, "Oh, son, suck it up." There are those type of parents out there who, like, quit whining, be a man, deal with it, rub some dirt on it, get back out there. There are those type of parents, and if you're one of those people who allows these type of situations to occur under your watch and your care, that to me says that you wouldn't have a problem with it.
We're going to see how much of a problem it is out there, because initially the school president, again, like I said before, suspended him for 2 weeks on Friday, and then he probably got a good talking to by some alums, and came back Monday and said, "No, you got to get up out of here. We got to get you out of here." The only thing they didn't do was outright say that Fitzgerald knew that it was happening. What they did do
Excuse me.
was put it on him that he should have known that it was happening and done something about it. And I'm sure they're hoping not to get sued by labeling that way. Because if you say the other thing, you keep them possibly from getting a job going forward after you fire him from that. If you word this differently,
Well, the fact of the matter is he did know about it. Anytime a
absolutely,
college coach says they weren't
absolutely.
aware of what was going on in their program, is a crock of shit. I don't care which coach it is. You cannot tell me the way those men act like literal gods in their programs, where down to the catering. So they are in control of literally everything. And the fact that you're going to try and sit here and tell me that he wasn't aware that they were doing naked handoff exchanges and whatnot, like, no, there is
Naked car
no
wash
way.
in the showers.
Yeah, where you couldn't go into the showers unless you passed by two upperclassmen who were naked blocking the way. Like, that type of, you telling me he didn't know about none of that? Nobody said it. Nobody was cool enough with the coach to go and, "Hey, coach, I don't know if you know this or not, but X, Y, and Z is happening. And I'm comfortable enough to tell you, as my coach, when you came in to recruit me, you telling me nobody had that rapport with him? Come on now."
What is with all the naked stuff? I don't. What is going? Why that? Why that? Go to some comments here. Facebook user says this hazing story is crazy. I was, yes. Danielle Marie says,
Aaliyah Craig.
Aaliyah Craig. Danielle Marie says we need to stop calling it hazing, call it what it is, assault, and that's what they called it in the article that I read: sexual assault and coerced sexual acts. She also says they're just breaking those kids for fun. It's disgusting that the coach endorsed it. Absolutely is disgusting. It's accepted bullying. Someone else says. Someone else
Mary
says.
Ballard.
Mary Ballard. Dion, you go ahead and read the comments since you can see the names. Go ahead.
Aaliyah Craig says, "What's crazy is that the coach is the one who went public trying to clean it up for himself, knowing he was involved. That's really sick." So
And
yeah, again, he was aware of it. He knew.
absolutely,
You cannot tell me college
you
football and
can't.
basketball coaches base especially on the men's side. Like they know exactly what's going on in their locker room. They are fully
100%.
aware.
100%. And you made the point, a great point, which is for people who don't know, if you're not a college sports fan, depending on the program. So let's say Louisville, the basketball program is going to be the bigger program. So the head coach of that program, especially if it's a winning program, is going to be seen as the coach that's a god on that campus. So when you had Rick Pitino going through those allegations and saying he knew nothing about it, nobody believed that. Nobody believed that at all. If something was to happen on the campus of Alabama, Nick Saban makes more money than any other public figure in that entire state. That is his program. He would know about it. He wouldn't be able to say what Patrick Fitzgerald is saying. So it doesn't make any sense at all, other than they let these coaches get fired and get another job someplace else.
Well, he probably will get a job someplace else
Absolutely
because
will.
winning is the most important thing in college sports. And this main reason why I don't like it is because they don't pay the players, but they have to go through all this bullshit, and the coaches make millions of dollars off the labor of these kids, and then you turn around and treat them like garbage. They promise kids, I'm gonna be here all 4 years, and as soon as you sign that letter of intent, they off to another job. So don't get me started on college sports, man, because
Yeah, yeah, you're not a
let me
fan
tell
of
you.
it. Let's see. Congregation says, Amen. That comes from Danielle. Danielle also says, You're right, Dion. This speaks to his morals and character. And then the Facebook user here, I don't want to assume who it is. I'll let you read the last two, Dion, if you don't mind.
Mary Ballard says, and why was it okay to only suspend him for 2 weeks? That's ridiculous in and of itself.
And
True.
that
Dana's,
and before you go on, and that's what the president tried to come out and say. Hey, I think I made a mistake because he sent an email out to the community of Northwestern and said I think I made a mistake, and then he came back on Monday and fired them. So I think someone got in his ear, Mary, and said, I don't know the fuck you think you're doing, but you're getting this dude off this campus before this
well,
gets worse.
I can speak to why they allowed this shit to happen for as long as it does because he turned the program around.
He did.
When it comes to college athletics, winning is the most important. They don't give a fuck about your degree. They don't care what your test scores are. They don't give a shit about none of that. Can you help my team win? Whether it's the players or the coaches, because we've seen many a coach. There was a coach down in Baylor who had players murdering people, and
Oh,
they were gang
yeah,
graping people because I don't want to say the R word because of
yeah.
the algorithm, but you know they're aware. But if you can help the team win, and you move up to the pros. I mean, we see it all the time in football where a guy beats up his girlfriend, but hey, he gets 12 sacks a year, so let me get him on my team. You know, Deshaun
Well,
Watson, look what happened to him. He had all these allegations, whether they're true or not. He got a guaranteed $255 million deal.
Well,
So
I'm gonna take it to the next level. We look at Aaron Hernandez.
yeah,
Everyone knew going through his entire college career, including Meyer, and I think including Bill Belichick, knew his past, knew where he came from, knew what he was up to, and they still kept him on the team and allowed him to matriculate from high school into college and from college into the pros, knowing the history of this young man. I don't think one coach he's had probably since high school was surprised that he ended up the way he ended up.
I think it just speaks to the lack of amateur status in college sports. Because if it was truly amateur status, you wouldn't be paying Nick Saban more money than anybody else in the state of Alabama as a public figure. If it was truly about, you know, education, the edutainment speech, as they say, we're here to educate, and that's first, and blah blah blah. The graduation rates are trash. So this whole idea, it's a fucking business, and we all know how business works. Morality is on the back burner when it comes to doing business. Can you get me wins, which equates into more money for the school, and it trickles down to everything else that goes on. If I can get the top recruits in this recruiting class to come here and we perform well and we get more eyes, that's more sponsorship deals for the school and so on and so forth. So yeah, people gamble all the time with the quote unquote moral character of the people they bring into their program. So when I hear people make these excuses about, oh, he didn't know or he was unaware, I call 100% bullshit. They know beforehand. Before you and I know about it, they know about it.
Absolutely.
Believe that.
Absolutely. All right, fellas. Ladies, thank you guys very much for watching the show. It's been another fun one. I'm so excited to end this show so I can go to sleep. I've been up since 3:30 this morning, so I'm tired. But this show was fun, man. I had a good one. This was a good show. Dion carried the weight. You carried the weight, Dion. Put me on your
It,
broad shoulders.
it was a great show. And in the classic words of Usher, we've reached the climax and we must go now.
Dion, what the what the hell is your what the hell, man? What is your what the hell, bro?
Well, what the hell is what we talking about? What the hell was that man thinking? Going on Twitter telling the whole world that his girl don't love him. Boy, what was you thinking? Keep your emotional problems off social media, fam. Fellas, ladies, ain't nobody trying to hear your look. You got to tell your real life friends in person what you are going through. You take that shit to social media, and you're gonna find out why the internet is such a trashy place because it wasn't through he got done hitting sin that the flood waters of his embarrassment started to rush into his home, and now he's done deactivated all his stuff. Stay off social media with your problems.
You make a great point because no one on social media on a regular basis. There's two type of people on social media: people who are waiting to kick you in the head, and people like Dion who are waiting to laugh about you getting kicked in the head. So there's no reason. There is no reason to go on. I don't really have a what the hell this weekend. I have more of a. I would just shout out to everybody who came out and supported me at Mike Drop Comedy at Mike Drop Mania Comedy Club this weekend. I had a good weekend there, a lot of fun. Much of the staff there, people I've worked with over a lot of years. So I loved all of those guys. So it was great. Shout out to Casey for bringing me in, and look forward to going back again. And for all the people out there who are following us and the podcast now from that, thank you guys very much for checking out the podcast. A lot of people said they would. So I'm assuming that you are, and you're going to hear this on Thursday when it drops. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. So that is my what the hell, if I can, for this week.
Before we get out of here, I just want to tell everybody go follow us on TikTok. We'll be posting clips from the shows, the past shows, and this show moving forward. So you can check out clips from TikTok and our Instagrams.
And share them. And share them.
Yeah, that really really helps get the word out, which is what we're trying to do. We're always trying to grow and be better, and get more viewers and master debaters. So if you guys could help us out with just hitting, it's free and simple. Just hit that share button, hit that like button. We'd
I mean,
appreciate it.
you watch us every week. We know you like us. It's like when you're young talking to that girl in biology class.
I
Oh, you
tell
know
you
you like
what,
me, girl.
if every woman who's watching this show went to TikTok and shared our video, I'll let you wear whatever you want to whatever concert you want to go to.
Look, share one of our videos for every one of your cat videos that you watch. Would be much appreciated. Hey, everyone, have yourselves a great night. Have yourselves a great week. We'll be doing this again next week. Be safe. Fireworks are over.
Later, guys. Thank you.